Hi everyone, I thought I'd come on today. I'm making some envelopes out of bits of paper to put in my journals, and I thought I'd come on and share with you what I'm doing and how I'm making them. This will probably be my last video for a little while. I start back at work on Monday. The kids go back to school the following week. It's my youngest's first year of high school this year, so the next couple of weeks are going to be very busy, and I will try and get on to do some things, but I can't promise. I really can't promise anything for the next 3 weeks at least. So today I'm trying to do the washing, and I'm trying to get some crafting done because I haven't been able to craft for the last 2 days because it's been so hot down here in my little dungeon. And I'm sorry about the noise if you can hear that. I've got 2 fans going. Yeah, so I thought this is the only time I'm going to get a chance to do anything, so I thought I might as well share with you as I go along. Now, these aren't my regular envelopes that I make out of security envelopes. These are actually using scraps of paper, old mailing bags, and you can make any size you want. You don't have to have one of those fancy little envelope cutters or whatever they are. So this is for people who are on a budget, you know, and I can show you that you can make envelopes out of anything, any size, any time. So let's get started. These are just made out of doilies, as you can see. Hold it up, and they make a really nice little envelope just to put in a, you know, tuck spot. They're very fragile though, as you know, doilies. If you can have a fancy die cutting machine, you can cut out thicker pieces of paper and use them, and I'll show you. So that's obviously doilies around, so I can show you how to do that. There's another one that's a little bit bigger that I've made. Just used an old cereal box as a template. So as you can see, we'll just slide that, oh hang on, slide that in. There we go. I'll probably have to make that a bit smaller, and I'll tell you why very shortly. Okay, so there's that. This is just made out of a piece of old paper that I use to, excuse me, do all my distressing on and etc. So that's just made out of that. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so first of all, let me just peel. This is just an envelope that I got sent something in. So let me pull this plastic off. And as you can see, this has got like still a plastic lining inside once you've peeled the bubble wrap off, but that's okay. That's perfectly fine. And there's one I've already pre-done. I will get some pictures out of an old Better Homes magazine and an old a sticker. Let me see if I can take that off, and once again I get squirreled. And just put that up there out of the road, so I'll save that. So yes, so let's start with, what should we start with? Might start with this Express Post bag actually. So let me get my bone folder out, and I'll just cut through. So we have one piece, because it's nice thick paper. Excuse me, I just grabbed a drink of water. It is so dry and so hot. So you'll have to excuse me, I might have to have a few sips of the old water today. Okay, so What we might do is, I've got a side of a cereal box, you know, the side bits that go up the side. So just trying to think how big we want the envelope. So I'm not a measurer, I don't measure, but just long as we have a rectangle, we're perfectly fine. So let me just put that this way, and we'll use this board as a guide, because what we need now is a square. So we have our rectangle, and we now need, actually what I might do is cut this off here, and I might just use my knife because my hands, the wrists are a bit sore. So let's just trim that off. That's just the end of the envelope, the thick, you know, the bit you stick together. So let's just get rid of that. Alright, so let's get back to making our envelope. So we need a square. So what you've got to do is, once you've got your rectangle and you think that's a nice size for an envelope, we get our piece of paper, and just as long as you've got, like, I don't know, how big is this? That's inches. Let's have a look. So as long as you've got at least, say, 1.5 to 2 centimeters. I normally go with the 1.5 gap between your corner and the paper. And can you see that okay? Do I need to move that in a bit? Maybe out a bit. Sorry guys. It's a learning curve and I'm still getting there. So what we do is we go back up to here and we think, oh, okay, we'll follow the grid. So I'm using the grid as a guide. So I'll just grab my pencil and go that way. Now, like I said, I'm not a measurer. I just, unfortunately, I wing it. Okay, so we're looking at probably here. No, we'll go in one. So we'll go into there. So I shall cut this without slicing my fingers off, I hope. And I just cut it crooked, but that's okay. It's all good. There's that other bit there. Okay, so we'll get rid of that. That bit in the bin. One day I will try to make my own recycled paper, so all the little scraps that I throw out, I'll be able to make use of. Won't that be exciting? Okay, so now we have roughly a square. So close my knife up and we'll put, so like I said, it might be a little bit wonky, but life goes on.